What do you do when everything's going according to plan, and then suddenly it's not? You've saved, you've budgeted, you've done the right things, and then, boom, a $20,000 expense you didn't see coming. That's exactly what happened to a retiree named Frank. This story is pulled from a recent call, and it's a great reminder of why even the best plans need room to breathe.
Welcome to Retirement Red Flags, where we unpack real stories from real retirees who've saved well, but still wonder what they might be missing.
Frank is a diligent planner in his late 60s. After a long career and even powering through grad school for years, he's saved wisely, paid off his home, built a solid pension, and positioned himself to start Social Security early next year. But a cracked heat exchanger forced him to dip into funds he'd intended for quieter years.
Frank was wrestling with that shifting reality. "I have the money to do it," he said, referring to the HVAC repairs. But that money was earmarked for retirement, and now it's not. That tension stuck with him. He's doing okay now, but what happens when the unexpected strikes again, especially as he waits for Social Security to kick in?
Frank shared how a broken air conditioning and heating unit in an older house uncovered a crack in the heat exchanger. When he got 3 estimates around $20,000 each, he remarked, "That was not expected." That moment grounded the story. Retirement isn't abstract. It's a home that needs to stay warm in winter and cool in summer.
Then Frank took action. He began vetting estimates, but one contractor warned him about permits, another didn't. Frank decided to call the other 2 and ask, "Is this necessary? Is this usual?" It showed he wasn't panicking, he was being careful and intentional.
As Frank looked ahead to RMDs, taxes, and his IRA, he discovered a strategy people like him use called a tax refundable bond IRA. It sounded technical, but here's the gist. You create a bond-based income stream that pays monthly, like a mini pension, and the tax you owe on that income comes back to you in a refund.
Here's the aha moment. Frank said, "I knew I was looking at a big tax expense with that conversion, but what you're saying now, this may prevent all of that." That shift from dread of tax to the possibility of paying and getting it back was the aha.
Frank now feels something rare, confident calm. He understands that although the HVAC costs stung, he's built buffers, cash, brokerage, IRAs, that let him handle it. And he's gaining clarity on how he can reduce tax exposure and smooth out retirement income volatility from here on out.
If you're listening, even if you haven't started your IRS filings or you haven't thought about RMD strategies, you don't have to navigate it all alone. A great first step is our free Retirement Red Flags checklist. It won't sell you anything, just helps you see which areas you might want to ask about next. Think of it as your own early warning system.
Retirement's not about a magic number or never facing surprises. It's about having the clarity and tools to adjust when you do. That's why we share these stories and why they matter.
So if you want more stories like Frank's or you're ready to take that first step toward clarity, visit us anytime at retirementredflags.com. Until next time, keep asking the smart questions and keep an eye out for those red flags.